impatient king. King Jewel Plume was furious and exclaimed that he would immediately destroy the enemy. Wise old Doordarshi smiled to himself. He realized that this must be the work of Chakravaka, the clever minister of the Swan King. "Why do you smile, Doordarshi?" asked the king. "For two reasons, sir," replied the old vulture. "Firstly, it is not worthy of a king to make a noise about who his friends or enemies are. Secondly, it is unwise to take hasty decisions like the Brahmin." "Maybe you are right," said King Jewel Plume. "But what do you mean when you say hasty decisions like the Brahmin?" "Oh, it's a story about a Brahmin and his mongoose." The king was curious to hear the story, and so the wise old minister told it to him. The Brahmin and the mongoose. A Brahmin named Madhav lived in Ujjaini. He had a wife and a little son was born to them. The Brahmin had a pet mongoose, whom he also loved very dearly. He had brought him home as a baby and reared him with love and care. One day, his wife went to the river to have a bath. When she was going out, she asked her husband to look after the baby till she returned. It so happened that a little while later, a man came to call the Brahmin to the house of a merchant who had died recently. A funeral rite had to be performed over there. The Brahmin earned money through such services, so it was necessary for him to go. "What should I do?" he wondered. "How can I leave the baby alone?" Then, remembering his pet mongoose, he left the baby in his care. The mongoose and the snake. The mongoose was a very faithful pet, and he loved the little baby. While he sat guard near the sleeping baby, a snake came into the room. The mongoose saw that he was slithering closer to the baby's cradle, so he attacked him immediately and killed him. When the Brahmin returned after performing the rites, he saw the bloodstains all over the place, and the mongoose too with the bloodstains on its mouth. He thought the mongoose had attacked his baby and was furious. In his anger, he picked a stout stick up and killed the mongoose. When he entered the house, he saw the dead snake near the cradle in which his baby was fast asleep. The Brahmin was miserable. He realized that his pet mongoose had saved his baby. He deeply repented killing his beloved pet so thoughtlessly. The king's consent. "So you see, sir, it is not sensible to be impatient and act in a hurry," advised the old vulture. "One should not do things when one is highly emotional or angry, drunk, full of pride or greed, or be too attached to anything. Then one will make mistakes." "So what do you think we should do now?" asked the king. "It is better to make peace with King Silverplume, sir," advised the wise old vulture again. "What we have heard from Meghavarna and others has convinced me that the Swan King and his minister are wise and noble, and it is only a conceited fool who will not follow such a path of peace with them." King Jewel Plume was worried and fed up, so he agreed to follow Doordarshi's advice. Having got the king's consent, Doordarshi, the vulture, began preparations for peace.
Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.